What's going on today, everyone? I'm going to show you how a rookie did this. That's right, someone with 2 weeks of experience is getting there. I am definitely getting there, and I'm going to show you how I did it today. But don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment and see what you guys want me to do next. If you guys want me to continue on of my first ever Space Marine blowing off a face of a Tyrannid, please let me know. And that is this guy right over here, that in my first video that will be tagged in this video. If you guys want me to continue on to this, or try something else or something new, or whatever you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. Let's get to the video.
Alright, let's get started right here. So I'm using Ice Storm, Crystal Blue, Ultramarine Blue, and of course the black that you saw right there. And then for the white, it's also going to be a Citadel paint, and that is Corax White. And for the middle, I'm just doing the big white stripe down the middle, and I'm going to grab the Ice Storm Blue, with the war paint, the Army War paint. And I'm just going to be blending that in as best I can. And now I'm adding the Ultramarine Blue right here. Just doing my best to make it feather and mold together pretty well. I had to add 2 coats of the Ultramarine Blue because the Army Painters is like super, I wouldn't say dull, but it doesn't come out like super thick. The viscosity of it is really thin. But you see me here adding the black, just a little bit of black, not like a whole glob of it. And I don't really like the way it's blending. So I forgot I had the Cantor Blue to like merge the gap between the black Ultramarine Blue. So that's what I'm going to do in a little bit. I'm going to add this blue in there, and I think it's going to come out pretty darn sweet. And you see me adding some more black and trying to blend it, and I'm really not liking the way it looks, to be honest. I think it looks, I wouldn't say awful, it's just not up to par to the blending part. And I'm all wet blending this straight from the little jars. I'm not watering down any of the paint at all. And I'm trying to want to make this part right here a lot brighter. I really want to show that gradient going from super bright white to a very dark blue, just like the ocean. Like the closer you are to the ocean, the lighter blue it is. The further you go out, the darker it is. That's what I'm trying my best to portray here. And now I'm going over on the back. I'm doing pretty much the exact same thing I did to the front on the back. But it was a little more difficult to try to do the back, especially underneath. Like it's not a cape, but it's like a loincloth. I could say that's what it is, but it was a little more difficult for that. And I was not trying to overdo it with the dark of the blue. There's a Cantor Blue I'm using right there, and then a little bit of black. But I'm really doing my best not to overdo it with the dark shade, but I think I should have made that the dark as dark as possible, because you'll see later on in the video where I'm doing the other side and I make the dark from like the red. But we'll do our best to see how it comes out, and hopefully you guys like it. So we're gonna get a little sneak peek right here of how it's gonna look. At least in my head, I wanted to see like where I'm at progress-wise, and I think it comes out pretty freaking sweet. Check that out. Isn't that dope? Heck yeah. So right here for the front, I lost the footage of what I did. So what I did for the front, I added, it's called Sunset Yellow by Citadel. Let me see if I can find the exact one that's all the green. This is, sorry, it is Everland Sunset by Citadel. So I use that yellowish orangey color, and then I use an orange by Army Painters that I use, and then I mix those. And then for the reds, I'm using Bell Red. It is a contrast paint. I'm using, what is that? Corn Red and Blood Angel Red. And mixing those and trying to get the best possible outcome. But I think this was much more difficult than the blue side, at least for me, for some weird reason. And I don't know why, but it just was. And see, like when I'm blending, see how much, like, it's just so much darker on this side than it was on the right for the blue side. And maybe I could go back and fix it in retrospect. But I still think it looks good. No really color complaints than that. And so at this point in the process, I'm really starting to figure out how these colors are working together from the blue ones. I'm used to the blue colors working together. I'm not used to these oranges and yellows and reds trying to mingle. And it's a whole learning curve on at least my part on how to do this. And if y'all have any advice, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm still learning, and I'm going back to redo this part because I got a big old piece of gloop of white paint because I was trying to redo the middle and I got it on its leg. So I had to go in there and fix that up and redo it. But here's me doing the back of it. I was very upset. This is, at least the recording of this was, of course it's always at night because that's the time where I can really get down and start painting. It's like I go put the little one down to sleep. And I only have these little couple hours of time to film. So sometimes it feels like I'm rushing and I'm not doing like my best. And hopefully one day I could be doing this full time and I wouldn't have to worry about that. But that's many hours down the road. So right now we're gonna still do our best with what we got. We're gonna still try. And for you guys that are watching, and I appreciate that. Check it out though. Doesn't that look super sweet? Hell yeah. Alright, on to the next. So now we're gonna be working on the sword right here. So my idea from it, I see inspiration from everywhere, from the Warhammer community or different painting subreddits and just painting in general. But I see a lot of paint everything black and bring the brightest colors up forward to shine. So I was like, all right, let me try that. Haven't done that before. So the sword, all black. And then I'm gonna go with a green and a white. The green is going to be a Citadel green. It's Everland no, that's the Sunset one. Goodness. It's Moot green. So that's the green I'm gonna be using for the Citadel paint. And then the white is just the same, the Craxy white from Citadel. And I'm gonna be putting that around the sword. So I'll be going green, white, green, white, green, white, and so forth. And then blend them together. So we're working on the face. Yeah, I guess you call it the face right now. And it's the helmet. Same thing though. Typical white line down the middle. And it's hard because this thing is, I'm still not used to painting anything this like tiny. So you gotta remember, I've only been painting for 2 weeks now. Literally only been 2 weeks. And I'm doing my best. I don't think it's terrible though. Especially with something so small. I need to start getting, it's like that tack stuff. Oh, right here, I opened up the black. I don't know how when I opened it, it got all over my thumb, but it did. Craziness, right? I know. Absolutely wild. But back to what I was saying, I need to get like that tack stuff so I can stick it onto something and be able to move it around better. Because right now it's just super glued on to a old paintbrush. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So right here I'm going in with the yellow and the orange and trying to mix them. I'm doing the same exact thing I did to everything else. But while I'm painting these, let me know if you guys want me to start reading lore. And then while it's over me painting, if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. I think it would be super sweet, especially since I'm super new. And if I could also learn from the lore and read it, and if that's something that you guys want to hear from me, that'd be awesome. Because sometimes I don't know what to talk about while the video is going on. It's just me showing exactly what I'm doing. So right here, it's hard to just cut it like that. But I'm adding the white to the eyes, and then I'm adding a little bit of green to it, just for the shine. And unbeknownst to me, later on, when I started doing the sword, right here I'm gluing the head. When I started doing the sword, I do like the power thing with the metal. What is it called? Oh my goodness, my brain doesn't want to work. Sorry, I'm trying to do this audio voiceover in the morning so I can get this video out today. But my brain hasn't really kicked online yet. Let's be honest, when does it really ever kick online? Oh, but right here I'm doing the power, showing the showing the power of the sword. I'm doing the white and green. Paper clips, thank you. Oh my gosh, my brain worked. So I'm doing like the paperclip trick later on to add to show like electricity shooting out of the sword and it's coming back into the sword. So as you see later on, and I'm doing like that electricity green, and then hopefully I don't mess up the paint job.
We're on like the home stretch right here. I need to put like, I want to fill this in the back all black, do a nice shiny glaze, finish the sword, and then glaze that. And I think we should be A1 steak sauce, but we'll see. Oh, then I gotta do the purity seal as well before I forget that. All right, I want to try something. I want to try bending the paperclip into fancy shapes. I know the paperclip is ginormous. I'll probably go with definitely a smaller metal, but this is for training and learning purposes, and I want to see how it's gonna come out. You know, my first attempt trying to do this. I saw it on a tiki-taki, and now I want to try it because I think I could do a lot of stuff I see, and it's not true. So we'll see how good it comes out once I'm done bending this thing. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so if you can see the two green points right there and right there, I want to have it connecting and have it like shooting out. So we'll see how that works. So I have it propped up right now, glue's ready to dry, and it looks like ass. Well, I'm gonna do my best to like feather and fix it and paint. So I feel like there's like a long way to go. I feel like I bit off a little more than I can chew, to be honest, but we're getting there. Alright, so I'm just going to be layering it, and we'll figure out how many layers it takes to do this, but I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, so I just put the glaze on there, and I'm waiting for it to dry before I do anything else on any highlights. I'm going to try to do like a light sunshine, a little green already on the face. I don't know if it's going to portray that very well, so you let me know how it ends up looking once it's all done. Alright, so the plan is just to give it some highlight. Just
just a little bit of green so it shines, so at least it's showing. But hey, there's a light source coming from this thing. Let's see if I can portray that very well or not.